Hi guys, and welcome to another quick video tutorial here on the Kiki, Manny Photography and Orm's blog. My name is Manny, and in today's tutorial I want to show you guys a few techniques how I work with the healing brush set and clone tool, and just show you guys how I combine these two sets of tools. Alright, so as you guys can see, I'm currently having an image right in front of me with a street, and there's a little burnout here on the street. We've got white lines, we've got yellow lines, and a few cars, and I just want to show you guys how to get rid of these things with healing brush tool or with a clone stamp tool. Now I mostly use these techniques just to clean up my image a little bit, or if I say I shot something and I have something in the background that I don't like, and I can just remove that while using these tools. So that's why I want to show you guys quickly today how to work with this. Okay, I'm currently working on my original layer, as you guys can see, and now what I'm going to do is just drag this line over to the new layer. I can drop it and just create a duplicate. Okay, double click on here, and I'm just going to rename that to retouch layer. Okay, make right click and rasterize that layer as well, because I want to work very deconstructive and just quicker with my RAM on my Mac. Okay, have this as a retouch layer, just as a second layer. If we do a mistake, we can always fall back onto our original layer, so that's why I also created a retouch layer. Okay, going to zoom in a little bit more. Just drag all the way over here to my circle. As you guys can see, I got this ugly burnout here on the street. So I want to get rid of this. So how do I do this? Okay, go over to your healing brush tools, and in here select spot healing brush tool or healing brush tool. You can also work with patch tool. There's a lot of different ways how to approach this actually. I'm going to start with the spot healing brush tool. Spot healing brush tool gives you the opportunity to just draw over something and just remove that very quickly. Before you start, you still have to select your brush size here at the top and select your hardness. I normally work around 90% hardness, and now my brush size, I'm able again with my Vacuum 4 board, change my brush size really quickly on my wheel. For those of you who don't have this, you will have to go here up at the top and just select your brush size here. Okay, I'm going to turn up my brush a little bit bigger, and now just paint over this, and directly Photoshop will render this out. Just bear in mind, I'm just going to paint to there now. So you'll see, okay, Photoshop has taken it out really quickly and easy. So you can use this technique on anything that you want to remove. Say pimples or small blemishes or whatever, you can use this on that. Then I'm still going to go over here a little bit, and directly Photoshop will also render that quite nicely and easy, quick. Okay, got rid of that burnout over there. So now I still want to get rid of these yellow lines. You can also again use your spot healing brush tool for that. Or you could use, I'm just going to draw over it really quickly, so to remove this, and Photoshop directly renders this out. It is pretty easy on a street now at the moment, because it don't have a lot of patterns and textures going on, so you can actually clone this very quickly. Say for instance now you are working with the healing brush tool. Healing brush tool works a little bit different. You have to first select an area, and then healing brush actually heals from that area. Let me show you how it works. You have to press Alt, select this area next to it, the target appears, you're selecting this area, and now you're going to draw. While you're drawing and pressing down with the mouse button, you will see that there's a small plus. Now this means that you're actually sampling from that area right next to you. So as you guys can see, I also got this white little dot there. That's why I'm exactly healing that white dot as well. So I want to heal over that again. I'm just pressing next to that, Alt again, and just press heal that as well very quickly. Because if you heal a lot, just bear in mind, if you're working with a lot of, or if you have patterns and textures, you can copy those very quickly. So just heal very closely to your area that you want to heal. Okay, select that area again and just clone over there or heal over there. And I want to keep that for the moment now, these other lines, because I want to show you guys how to do this with the patch tool. But here at the end, you will pretty much get a little bit of trouble, because here is a little bit of fence, and you have your yellow line going into the fence. So how to do this? What I normally do, you can use a healing brush tool, but if you use it with the healing brush tool, you will just have a little bit of trouble by healing. If I go all the way around it, and the closer I get to the fence, and if I drop it, you will directly see that all my pixels has rendered together with the fence pixels, and I don't really want that. So I'm going to press Command Z again, go backwards, and for this area I would quickly use my clone stamp tool. If you don't know how to work with the clone stamp tool, I also did a tutorial on how to work with that. Please just have a look under the tutorials how to work with that. In here you can also again select your size and hardness up to 100%. I would take it down to 90% just to feather that a little bit. Okay, 90%, and now pressing Alt again, selecting the street area again, and just feather that very clone that very closely to there and a little bit more, and just like that, and I haven't broken into those other pixels from the fence. Looks quite good to me. I can actually just go on with my clone tool and also clone the street over here and a little bit over there. I'm going to work with the clone tool in a moment again, but for now I wanted to show you guys how to work with the patch tool as well. Now we covered the spot healing brush where you don't have to select with Alt. We covered the healing brush tool where you have to select with Alt an area, and now with the patch tool you are pretty much able to select a bigger area and do it quicker. You just have to draw a selection around what you want to heal, what you want to actually clone again in a way. Just be very careful with it. If you're going to clone over these shadows, you will directly clone that pattern. Like I said before, watch out for patterns and textures and lines. If I'm going to clone this now, I can actually just hold my mouse down and drag this whole selection into a new area. I can't move it onto this line because then I'll directly heal this white line as well. I don't want that. I'm just going to heal the street. Okay, drop it to there, and directly you see that all our selection has been overtaken and has been healed. This only works on big areas and areas that are very close to each other. You can't really clone an area from here and try to get it on the street. That won't work at all. If I'm going to drag it over here, you will see directly that you're cloning the area from the street, and then you got this weird texture over here on your street which does look fake. So I'm going to say Command Z just to go a few steps back, or go up to my history channel actually here at the top and just go back over here. Now I also want to show you guys you can actually duplicate some stuff via using also your patch tool. You can go here at the top, not to source, you can go to destination, select destination, and now move with this whole selection over here, drop it again, press Command D just to deselect that again, and have a look. We copied exactly the same area very quickly and easy. We don't want that for now, so I'm going to remove this all again. Say again up here source, and we're just going to move this into the street again, drop it, and directly we have overtaken the street. Okay, Command D that just to get out of that mode again. Now we still got a few lines over here. I want to do that exactly with the patch tool again, but for now I just want to do it very roughly and show you guys what happens if you go over a shadow area. Going to move that all over here, drop it, and you will see that we actually have broken the whole shadow, and all of those pixels from the shadow has merged into our street, which does look very, very fake. So I'm going to say go back to my history channel again, patch tool, and another patch tool over here, and I don't want to make that or have this selection at all. So I'm going to say Command D, deselect that again, and I'm going to redo that again. Paint very carefully around the yellow lines here till there until I'm done. Drop it, and we create a selection, quick and easy. Drag this all over here, drop it, directly you see all the lines have been overtaken, and we got rid of all these yellow lines. But now, as you guys can see, we still got a lot of these ugly lines here on the street, and it looks like there has been something retouched. So I want to get rid of that. Then I would go back into my healing brush set over here, select the healing brush tool, make my brush a little bit bigger, feather it quite a lot though, feather it say to 70%, and now I would pretty much hold Alt again, select an area next to that dark area, and just paint over here very carefully, like a few times. Just bear in mind this image has low quality now at the moment, so if you're working on a very high resolution image, you should do this very carefully, because if you do it, you would actually copy a lot of patterns and textures, so just do this very carefully. Okay, I'm going to go all the way down here as well, do a little bit over here, make my brush size a little bigger, copy the area right next to it. I'm not going to copy from here again, like I said, copy very close to an area that you actually want to heal. Okay, that little bit over here on the street as well, copy that as well, and over here a little bit. Okay, the car, we're going to remove that in a minute. Then also going to clean up this a little bit, heal over here. Okay, and just bear in mind, like I said before, now have a look, if I'm copying this or healing this, we'll directly copy these small dots and just creating a pattern which does look fake than at the end. So just clone over here, clone over there, just have a look that you're not cloning too much patterns or textures. Okay, this would still take a little bit of more work to clean this up a little bit, but for now I'm not going to do this now. I want to still remove the car here in the background and show you guys how I could actually achieve something like that. What I mostly do, that it just helps me a little bit, I'll create a new layer over here, new layer, and go back to my brush, make my brush really small, say almost like that's a pen size, yes, maybe a little bit bigger, Okay, and go select a red foreground color so you guys can see what I'm doing. Then what I want to show you guys now, I'm pretty much just drawing a few lines that can help me to show where I want to go with this. Okay, I'm going to draw all over here and from the wall like this, and then also from here draw the wall like this and like that. So that's how I want to actually clone. I want to keep my clone tool exactly on the wall and clone from this left side all the way through to the right side. The same from the wall here, clone from the right side all to the left side. Okay, this is just our help layer, so we're going to blend this out again, and on our retouch layer, select that. We're going to go all over the way to our clone stamp tool, up here in our brush size, make the hardness to 100% and brush size maybe at 35% or something, pixels, sorry, 35 pixels. 34, that's okay, good. Then hold Alt again, and now the trick comes in. With my target, I'm selecting exactly the area here on the shadow, select that, and just paint in very carefully from the car, over the car, and just go on a little bit more. Go back again, don't drop your mouse, just go over it again. And now I'm going to sample a further away from here, and over there, a little bit higher, over there, okay. And it's getting quite dark over there, so I'm going to go back to here again, sample on the shade again, a little bit higher, and just over here on the wall and a little bit back. Okay, so we sampled all of this area now. Don't worry if it doesn't look that real, we're going to fix that in a moment. Then also the same effect over here. Select the area here from the wall, and now you're going to go all the way to the car, and just very carefully keep the line straight. Go up a little bit, keep the line straight, go down a little bit, and just copy the whole of that street, okay? Until we get to the other wall. Then down here also the road, I'm just going to sample the road really quickly and easy. Okay, that was a mistake, so Command Z that. We're going to go a little bit further away, select an area over there and just carefully paint that in as well. Okay, so now we still have to fix this a little bit. Select the area over here, just paint in very carefully over there so it merges a little bit with the street, with the other wall. Now what I also would do is go back to my healing brush tool, select my healing brush tool, make this very small, and just break this line and break this line over here. Select the wall, healing brush tool, and just an area, and just clone this area very carefully. Now I'm also working on a very low res image, so like I said before, if you're doing this on a high quality image, just do this very, very carefully. Okay, we still got a few things here from the car here at the top, the roof, so I still want to remove that. I'm going to go back to my clone stamp tool, select the clone stamp tool, make my brush size a little bit smaller, and from here at the background it's pretty easy with all these trees and branches and everything. I can just clone the area again from here, just paint over here very carefully. Nobody would really recognize that you have cloned this area from there, and nobody would really see that. Okay, I didn't do that so nicely, so do it over here and a little bit over the wall. And then I'm just going to sample a little bit of these plants over here very carefully. Okay, like that. The wall maybe a little bit just to make it nice and straight, and keep it like that. So like I said before, it's a low res image. Nobody would really see this. If it's a big print, you won't see this. It's just a technique of showing you guys how to work with these tools and get things done. Okay, zoom out a little bit again. Directly you see, okay, over here we still have a little problem. I could actually fix this a little bit better. It would take a little bit longer. Just for the tutorial, I'm doing it really, really quickly. Okay, so as you guys can see, we removed the burnout here at the top. We removed the yellow lines and the car. And I still wanted to show you guys how to remove a little bit of this white line. It's pretty much the same effect. Just go over here, and you can also use your healing brush tool again for that. Maybe even the spot healing brush tool. Make your brush a little bit bigger. Select the area you want to paint on and just paint over it. Directly Photoshop will overtake that and will render that out quite nicely. Now, like I said before, this is just because it's on a street. It works pretty easy, and yeah, if you're working on other things, try to work with healing brush tool, try to work with the clone stamp tool, mix these tools together. Don't just work with one tool. Use all your tools that you have. Okay, draw that out a little bit. And now I still would fix this a little bit with the healing brush tool, with the normal healing brush tool, not the spot removal. Okay, so that's one way of doing this. I also wanted to show you guys something else on another image that I actually showed over a long while ago. All of us struggle with these ugly dust marks. So how to get rid of these dust marks? You can also do this with a healing brush tool or with a spot healing brush tool. For now, I'm just going to use the healing brush tool. What I mostly do is I'm on my original layer again, so I'm going to just duplicate that again, rename that and put that to retouch layer. Retouch layer, right click, rasterize that layer and have it as a normal layer. Now I can't really see all my spots or all my dust marks. What I always do is go to adjustments and under adjustments levels, and in here just turn the levels up a little bit, down or a little bit up. And yeah, up is actually better. Then I can actually already see there's a dust mark, here is a dust mark, and this just helps me to see where are all my dust marks. I'm not going to apply this setting and keep it on my layer. I'm just going to keep the layer now to see where's all my spots and my dust marks. Okay, zoom in a little bit more. And now over here again I can see there's some dust marks, so I'm going to hold Alt again, select an area very closely to this and just paint over here. Heal that, heal this. Maybe heal here a little bit on the knee. Okay, directly you see I did the mistake, so I can say Command Z just to go step back. Okay, zoom out a little bit and just heal here at the top. Heal this. Okay, and go all the way over here. Heal that a little bit. Heal over here. There's also a dust mark. Heal that. Yes, I know I have quite a few dust marks on my sensor. Don't worry, I will take care of it. Then also go down a little bit more. There's a big fat dust mark, so just going to remove that really quickly and easy and nice. Okay, so I removed all my dust marks and now I'm pretty much actually done with my image. But I still notice that on my models here or on that couple, it does look nice already, but it could look a bit nicer though. So what I'm going to do is just retouch his face just a little bit. Now bear in mind this is not a high res image, so I can actually do this. If you're doing this on a very high resolution image, you should also just bear in mind of patterns and textures and stuff like that. Okay, back to my healing brush tool over here. And in here, I just want to remove some of his stuff. I want to just clean up this shade over here, clean up the beard a little bit. I want to keep the big spots actually, because that looks quite naturally. On her face, I can actually see her necklines here. I want to remove that just a little bit, just to give that image just a little bit more pop. Okay, going over here, selecting the area again as well, holding Alt, as you guys can see, my target appears. Select an area very closely and just very carefully paint next to that. Now I'm going to do this really quickly actually. I always like press Alt, paint, press Alt, paint, press Alt, and selecting small areas. Not going and pressing Alt once and just painting all over it. That will just break and look weird and you cloning patterns and textures again. Okay, then again, I'm also going to clone over here, a little bit over there, just to break those lines a little bit and to break that shadow a little bit. Then over here is beard a little bit, clean that up a little bit. Okay, over there. I don't want to heal over this area because this gives a little bit of shade and just breaks the whole jaw against the neck. So I want to clean that a little bit over here and there. Just clean this beard a little bit over there. As you guys can see, I'm pressing quite a lot Alt, holding Alt, paint, Alt, all the way through. Okay, over here, I always sample quite a lot because that I'm just sure I'm not sampling patterns. Okay, over there a little bit, just a little bit more. Keep those big pimples over here, or the spots actually. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Then I still wanted to heal her necklines a little bit. What I'm doing now, I'm just going to create a new layer quickly for you guys. My brush again. And foreground color. When I sample now with the healing brush, I'm not healing from here. What I'm pretty much doing is healing from this area and keep healing all the way through, going paint all the way through. I'm not going to heal. No, I'm going to heal one way all the way through. Okay, delete my layer there again. Back onto retouch layer, healing brush tool. Okay, and select Alt now. Select the area right next to it in the dark parts. And just brush all the way through very carefully, all the way until there. Select that area all the way through. Okay, so until there, that's quite good. Then I can see there's a little bit pimple over the shoulder there, and the rest looks quite naturally to me. Maybe here on the arm a little bit more. There's just those wounds a little bit away on his arms there, a little bit those lines. Okay, now I copied the wrong area just from there. Okay, nice. Okay, that is actually all I would do. Just a little bit of cleaning and a little bit of healing, a little bit of cloning, and just clean up that image just a little bit. Now if I turn off this layer that we retouched, you can directly see the difference, that it just looks a bit nicer, they look a bit cleaner, look sexy, and everything is good. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much my quick tutorial on how to work with a healing brush set and the clone tool again. Hope you guys liked this tutorial. If you guys still have any questions, feel free to email me at team@mannyphotography.co.za. My name is Manny, thank you guys for watching, and see you on the next tutorial. Bye bye.